The question is on composite number. So the composite numbers will be printed till the limit they are given. That's why the question says 1 to any number. Now let us say the limit is 20. So you want to display all the composite numbers within 20, 1 to 20, using functions as return type. So all the numbers should be returned. So you know where to start with the main function. So we'll go to the main function. Over here, can you see the highlight? Public static void main. So the program starts from main, that you know very well, and we have got some declaring of variables. One is int n, one is int d. So n is used to enter any number, that is the limit, for example 20. So within 20 we would like to see which are the composite numbers. For that we need a loop. So I am giving a for loop over here. For loop starts with k is equal to 1, 1 is less than n is 20, so 1 is less than 20, true. As it is true, it will go to the next line, that you know well. It will go to the next line over here where it is highlighted, d is equal to composite, and within bracket a parameter is given, that is k. Within the bracket k is given, that is a parameter, and composite is the name of the function. And as it is a return type, as the question says it should be a return type, so there is something like d is equal to, that means d is going to get the value which is being returned from the function definition. From the function definition it will be returning a value to d, this d which is highlighted over here. So it is getting a return from the function definition. So d is equal to composite, so it is trying to search for the function composite. So this is the function, and there is a rounded up and close. Within the bracket k is given, that is a parameter. So composite will be search in the program, and it is going to find it over here. See the highlight, and it is saying int m. So the first time the value of k is 1, this one, and k is equal to 1. So this k will pass. This k will pass its value, that is 1, to int m. So m will become 1 now. Now one more thing, as it is a return type, you have to write the data type just in front of the name of the function, that is int. See the highlight, int. So composite has been declared, this function, composite function, has been declared as int. That means int, it is going to return numbers. And if you write float, it will return a floating numbers. Now as it is int, it will return only integers. Okay, so that is the indication of a return type function. So as I said, k has already passed the value to m becomes 1 now, enters the body of the function, and there are some variables declared we need for this function definition program. So again there is a for loop over here, and for loop will move for how many times? That is m times, and m was 1, so m is 1. So loop is starting with j is equal to 1, 1 is less than equal to 1, that is true. So 1 is less than equal to 1 because 1, j is 1, m is also 1, and there's the equal symbol over here. 1 is equal to 1, true. As it is true, it will go to the next line. So next line, m will be divided by j. M is 1, j is also 1, so m will be divided by j, and this division symbol is called modulus. This symbol is called modulus, and modulus will give you a reminder, because when you are dividing, you get a quotient, you get a remainder. You get a quotient, you get a remainder. But this symbol, which is called modulus, will give you a reminder. It is dividing, but it is giving you a reminder. So whatever the remainder is there, it will be stored in r. int r is already declared over here. So 1 divided by 1, the remainder is 0. So r is 0. So r will have the value 0 now. Now checking for the 0, whether it is 0 or not. whether it is 0 or not, we have got if condition over here. So if r is equal to 0, so r is 0 in the remainder, so 0 is equal to 0, 0 is equal to 0, true, true means we'll go to this next line, count plus plus. So count plus plus, so count is 0 in the beginning over here, so 0 plus 1, 1. So it has counted the number of zeros as 1. So that count plus plus actually is counting the number of zeros. Number of zeros, see the highlight. This counter is counting. Count is the counter is counting the number of zeros. So we got 1 now. As 1, now this is the closing curly bracket of the for loop, which will go back to this particular place, that is update, and update will become j will become 2, as j was 1 initially, it will become 2. So 2 will go to the text expression. We'll check the text expression for true and false. So 2 is less than m. M is 1 because m has got 1 over here. So 2 is less than m. 2 is less than 1. False. As it is false, it will not enter the body of the for loop, and it will return to this place. It will come to this place and will say return count. So count was how much? We counted number of zeros as 1. So return count. So it will return the value of count, that is 1. So it will come to this D. So D will get the value from count, and count is 1, so D also becomes 1. So D, as D becomes 1, so it will check in the next line if D is greater than 2. So D is how much? 1, because that D has got the value, returned value from count. So 1. 1 is greater than 2, false. As it is false, it will not go to this line. It will not go to this line. As it is false, it will not go to this line. It will go to closing curly bracket of the for loop. This is the closing curly bracket of the for loop. It goes back to this particular place, that is update. So update will be 2, because last time initially k was 1. So now k plus plus, k becomes 2. So we'll go to the text expression again now to check for the condition to move the loop. So k is 2, 2 is less than n is 20, so 2 is less than 20, true. As 2 is less than 20, true, it will go to the next line. So it will go to D is equal to composite k, and composite is a function, and now the value of k is 2, so parameter is 2, it will pass its value to m now, as we did for the first time, and m will become 2. And then the same process, again everything will be divided over here. It will be counting the number of zeros. Once that part is done, it will return the value of the count. It will go over here, D gets the value, whatever the value, the number of zeros, and again we'll check over here whether it is greater than 2. If it is greater than 2, then if it is true, then that is a composite number. So it will print the composite number is k. So that time whatever the value of k was, so that will be printed as a composite number. So in this way, all the 20 times the loop is going to get over, and also in the meantime it will display the composite numbers also, which I'll show you now. I'll give you a click on compile. There's a click on compile, you can see over here in the corner, in the top corner, and once you give a click on the compile, you get the message over here, and look at the bottom of the screen, and the bottom of the screen it says class compiled, no syntax error. Class compiled, no syntax error, that means there is no error in the program, and it is ready to show us, display us the composite numbers. So we'll see the composite numbers. We are going to check now. See, enter a number, it says, as I said, the limit is 20, for example. These are the composite numbers within 20. 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 18 and 20. These are the composite numbers from 1 to 20.